Alright, hello, welcome back to Farming Simulator 25 here on RiverBend Springs. Here we are in August, year 4, and we have, I believe, some rice to be harvesting. Looks pretty good here, long grain rice. Yeah. Still got another month, looks like. I was sure we were about ready for that one. Alright, let's see where we are. Alright, that little canola patch told me that it is time to harvest some canola. Let's get this filled up for our cows. Take a look, see here. Yes, canola's ready to go. Those will be ready next month. And speaking of which, I was thinking about selling the rice that we had. Let's see, where are we at on rice? Because we're getting ready to pull up some more. And I was thinking we'd just go ahead and sell what we have here. Let's see here. Get that sorted out right. Long grain rice in July. Yep. $16.86, so it's just barely above where it should be for a high price. So we might go ahead and sell that. Pull in $16,000. Get us closer to buying another field. If we could do that before September, October hit, get us probably a nice field already set up, ready to harvest. So we'll go ahead and we'll get our harvester ready to go and start pulling up that canola over there on field 8. Then think about what we're going to be putting in the ground again. I don't know. Kind of thinking maybe if we just get enough money, we'll just take a look at some of the productions and try to buy a bigger production so it'll work out a little bit better for us. Got all that water, and that's not where it needs to go. Poor cows. They just saw it go right by. Like, hey, that's my drink. Alright, well, there we go. Cows are getting their water. There's quite a few of them out there looking good. Trying to figure out what other ways we can do to try to make some more money real quick. I took all that water. Alright, and they got a hay bale in there, so they're good to go. Get this over here filling up, and we'll jump over to the combine and start up our canola harvest. Alright. A little canola right there, look at that. Yeah, that was my oopsies. Go ahead and collect this up real quick. There we go. Whopping 8 liters. Alright, let's run across the street back here behind the barn and we'll get our big harvest going. We'll have to figure out where to put it. Guess the oil mill would be good. Well, our oil mill is a little slow, so once we get this going, we might take a look and see what it's going to cost us to actually put in our own oil mill, or if we should just buy the oil mill. Land's kind of at a premium right now. We don't have a whole lot of land. We need to be making money off of our land. Alright, we'll do a steering assist for now. Let's see where that was going to go. Rice? Don't have it anymore. Farmer's market? Of course, it says it's going to peak next month. Maybe we wait one more month. Yeah, we'll average it out. We'll go ahead and take this over to the grain mill and get it sold. Too bad we can't take some wood with us and deliver that stuff. Alright, now we can come over here and pick up our canola. Worker's doing good. Alright, let me go sell this real quick and we'll be back. Alright, as I was just heading through town, I was like, wait a minute, that wasn't quite the right price that I was getting earlier, so Yeah, I was looking at the regular rice, not long grain rice. There's actually two different prices. Those rice, to me, it is different. So, I have price too. So the actual good place to sell long grain rice is actually the barge across the river from where we are. So we will move across there, and the worker was ready, full. So we're getting more canola in. We'll have to find a place for it. I guess we'll just keep feeding the oil mill. Thank you for putting more canola in the back there. Okay. Alright, let's go this way through our place. We'll go down here to the grain barge. Grain silo. Yeah, the one across the river there. Now that it is August, we got to think about putting some crops back in the ground. I'm thinking, I don't know. Not sure what I'm thinking. We'll have to get something over here. Alright, well, across here. There we go. Gotta drop it off right there. I don't remember if it's best to go left or right here. We'll take a right and see what happens. Not the best place at all. But it lines us up pretty well for dropping it off. Alright, now let's try to get that front one over here, because that's all we want to sell is that front. Oop, long grain rice, told me. Good deal. 9,600 liters. There you go. 16,000. That's not too bad. Now, let's try to get out of here. Go back over to our canola harvest. Alright. Filling that up, topping it off, there we go. Go ahead and empty out the rest of them. There we go. Should be done with that. Oh, still got more in there. Goodness. This isn't probably quite right the way to do this, but you know what I'm going to do anyway. Still trying to decide on what to do. Got 88,000 here. Trying to get to a point where we can buy a field before it gets harvested. There's not a whole lot of selections out there. Won't require special equipment. Hold on there, hold on there. Don't be hitting me. Oh, there's a field we can do. Need to get these kicked off real quick. It's a cultivating. And that's cultivating. Alright, let me get these jobs kicked off. There's another 16,000 right there. That'll put us up to 100 even. Alright, borrow that. Wish some of those small fields didn't have weird crops in them, like carrots, squash, squash. Yep, 24,000. And it's not a good place to turn this thing around up here, that's for sure. Alright, we'll see you back home, but we're at 112,000. So we can really start looking at a field. Yep, blindsided curve. Alright, well, we got lucky, no cars. Alright, back home. Alright, finally got the tractor across the river. It would have been faster just to go ahead and drive around it. But, no, the ferry would be a quick way to get back. No. Completely wrong. But, what we're going to do here is get this going. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So we're at 112,000. My thoughts are now to really try to go for this field 7 because it's still got a couple cycles left. We could sell some more rice, and before this even gets ready to go, we could possibly even have some other items to sell. So, what I want to do here, though, is I want to get wheat planted back in, so we'll have plenty of food for our chicks. Then maybe by this time next year, we could even have some more chickens. That would help out tremendously. Yeah, corn isn't until October, November. So hopefully we've got till November. If that's true, then maybe we could even sell some chicken eggs in November. So right now, I'm just going to go ahead and get this field planted with some wheat. Do all the cycles on this. So cultivate, plant, weed, and fertilize. Eventually we can get us a new seeder to do all that for us in one go. That would help out a lot. But I really think we need more fields before we get to that point. Just looking at the cornfield, like, yep, well, we're going to need a header, aren't we? We're going to need a corn header too. That's fine. We could always lease one if we really needed to. Get that done pretty quick. But corn won't be able to be sold till about June, I think, July. Yeah, June. Okay. So, let me get this going real quick, and I'll probably go ahead and get our little Challenger tractor back over here and get the planter put on that, the seeder. Keep getting them mixed up. But anyway, get that done real quick. Looks like our other cultivation jobs are about to finish up. That'll be another 1,600 coming in. So we'll be getting there pretty close. And by another month or two, have some more contracts ready to go. Bale wrapping, that ain't too bad right there. But yeah, I was going to do that cultivation job, but I got to cultivate our own field. Alright, that's the goal. That's what we're going to do. So let's continue. Alright, well, we got our field halfway cultivated. Figured it's close enough we could get our own tractor to start planting in it. And we're going to go ahead and throw in some more weed over there. And you can see our contracts for our 2 cultivation jobs completed. And I went ahead and picked up that 3rd cultivation job. I was going to do it myself, but we're cultivating our own field and we have some other work to do. So I just went ahead and borrowed the items to go ahead and do that other contract, which is just cultivation. So let's see here. Gonna put in some wheat. We'll start them off over here on this side, and he should be fine for a while till we get back over here to finish the cultivation job. So let's go ahead and get him here. Get the worker set. Work the headlands on. I'm gonna start with the up and down. Okay, let's go. Long season for this work. I could have swore you could plant wheat in August. Well, we are just ahead of the game here. Alright, plenty of time. Doing great, buddy. Doing great. Alright. Let's see. Contracts completed. Collect that one, 7,500. 8,000. So there we are, 128,000. This one's just pretty much across the river, I believe. Let me check real quick. Yeah, right here. We'll just drive him down around so he goes the right path. We'll just tell the worker to continue on. Yeah, this tractor's pretty familiar, isn't it? Like we're doing it ourselves. Yield, you got it. Come out here to take a left again. Get past the railroad here. Alright, there we go. And worker. You, buddy. Create job, field work. Yep. And we're going to send you over to here. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if we'll be able to do this one. It doesn't like that corner right there. So you create job. Yeah, back over to here. Start the job. Nope. Can't do it. This is one we got to get to ourselves. No problem. We can do it. Alright. Well, let me get him over there and we'll get him started. Alright, and here we are. Get that guy unfolded here. It's a flat field. I don't think he'll have a problem doing this at all. Just gonna take him a little while. Oop. Yeah, that'll work out great. Okay. You go decide what you want to do, buddy. And I don't know why, but... Alright. Okay. Forgot. Wrong month. So, got plenty of time to get this done. But it'll be ready for next month, I guess. Any other contracts we should worry about? The bell wrapping one ain't too bad. I could do that one. We got our own baler. And that is something else we could be doing, is planting some grass. And then with that grass put down, we can go ahead and start doing some silage bales and selling those off at the end of the year. Maybe buy that little field. I was thinking about that. Maybe buying this field here. Let's see, field 10, turn it into grass. But I don't really want carrots on it. And then we could just mow that grass every year and just make silage bales out of it. That could work. But here we are, 128,000, and I think we'll be good. We'll be in good shape to buy that field 7, with the corn on it. expand our operations. Alright, I'm going to finish this up and we'll be back in a little bit. Alright, here we are finishing up our cultivation. Just been thinking about what to do. Looks like that other cultivation that we have the worker doing, it's going to take a little while, so we might go ahead and take that contract for doing the baling. And there we go, finished here. Get that wrapped up, folded up. So yeah, once we'll do that, we'll go ahead and borrow the equipment. I think it's $5,400 for doing the wrapping of the bales. That's not too shabby. I think I really want to go ahead and get the $180,000, and we'll go ahead and buy that cornfield down here on this side of the fields. Just right through here. It's a pretty decent sized plot, really. Yeah, there we go. Ta-da! So we could just make a little pathway right through here. Anyway, let's take a look at the contract real quick. And that's the one. Borrow the items. Okay. There we go. Alright, oh, I'm going to jump over there and do that real quick. So here we go. That white and red all over. Alright, here we are, finally coming down to the end of the cultivation job. There we go. Alright. Finally done. Yep. So, well, let's collect on those. And complete. Good deal. 5,000 there. 5680 there. Alright, we're up to 138. And I think that's probably about it for today. Gotta wait till September so we get some planting done. Got our field cultivated. I think we're going to go ahead and try to save up money to buy field 7. Is that right? Field 7? Yes. This one here. Set up in corn. Looks like a good field to buy. Not much extra. So, we'll do that, And then, yeah, we'll be moving along a little bit further. All right, thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe. Appreciate it very much. And we'll catch you next time here on RiverBend Springs.